Hi, my name is Keith Marshall, and I am the pastor here at Hope Lutheran Church in Enumclaw, Washington, which I've served at for over the last 10 years. This place, Hope, Enumclaw, and our Southwestern Washington Synod are very, very important to me. And in large part because, well, this is where I grew up. I grew up here in Enumclaw. It's fun being back in my hometown. It has been a blessing to serve here over the last 10 years. My vocation, calling as a pastor and now potentially as your next bishop is rooted here in the Southwestern Washington Synod. So I would like to take you on a journey around our synod of the different places in which I have felt that call and that nudge to serve. And obviously it doesn't begin here at Hope, it begins over here. Come on, follow me. At Calvary Presbyterian Church here in Enumclaw, Washington. This is the place in which I was baptized into Christ nearly 45 years ago. I can't possibly speak about vocation and calling without rooting it and anchoring it into baptism, in which my sins were forgiven and God claimed me as beloved. It was here where I was involved as a child, but then it was much later in life, when I was a teenager, that I got involved in the Lutheran Church. Let's head over there now. It's here at Trinity Lutheran Church, again in Enumclaw, where I first encountered the Lutheran Church. It was here as a 16-year-old who was struggling after the death of my mother a year before, where I was asking big questions, and I wound up here at the youth group on the invitation of a friend. But what I ultimately found was a group of people who reflected the love and grace of this God we know in Jesus Christ, people who reflected it so deeply that this God in whom they reflected was so enthralling to me that I've been utterly captivated by it nearly 30 years later. It was here, after experiencing that welcome and that love and that grace and acceptance, that I felt that nudge to share that with other people. I then went on from here and received a degree in Youth and Family Ministry from Lutheran Bible Institute of Seattle, then Trinity Lutheran College. And then years later, I went on to use that degree over here. Christ Lutheran Church here in Lakewood, Washington, where I was then called to serve as youth director here, which I served for nearly 10 years. It was here at Christ Lutheran in which I felt called to serve as a pastor, that was encouraged by me to lean into that call by the pastor here, by the good people here. It was also here where I did much of my seminary work with the distributive learning model at Luther Seminary. After my time here at Christ Lutheran, I ended up over here. Here at Creator Lutheran Church in beautiful Bonnie Lake, Washington, in which I was called to serve as pastoral intern for a year. And it was a tremendous year of learning and growth and formation. And I'm so thankful for the people here at Creator. It was then where I was called back to where this video began. Here at Hope Lutheran Church, where again I mentioned I have been pastor here for just over 10 years. It's in this place too where I have felt that nudge to then put my name forward to serve as your next bishop here in the Southwestern Washington Synod. So why don't we head inside and I can share a little bit about my hopes and what it would mean for me to partner alongside you as your next bishop. So let's head on inside. My hope for this place in which I love, the Southwestern Washington Synod, is quite simple. It's for our synod, our congregations, and all of our other ministries to have the opportunities to be able to be healthy, thriving, and growing. That's it. Is it simple? Yes. Will it be easy? No. Where we will begin is with our synod's vision statement. We have a beautiful vision statement. It is a vision of shalom, God's love, healing, and justice at every level of life, beginning in our hearts, in our relationships, in our world, and in God's creation. We'll use our vision statement and develop it from there by developing a strategic plan that through prayer, conversation, and discernment with God and with one another, we will discern where it is that God is leading us here and now in this place today. And then to develop concrete steps to be able to help lead us into the future where it is God is calling us as the Southwestern Washington Synod. Now, developing a strategic plan like this will take anywhere from 6 months to maybe as much as a year. While we're developing this plan, what else I will be working on intentionally is to strengthen our relationships, our networks, and our connections with one another. When I read the MSP, that was something people clearly desired, to have a stronger connection with one another, to build relationships with colleagues, with fellow rostered leaders, with other churches, and with our other partnered ministries as well. My hope is to create an environment of when you come to a synod event, you leave feeling more hopeful, more inspired, more encouraged, and better connected to God, the church, and with one another. Now, I have done ministry here in the Southwestern Washington Synod for the past 20 years. The first half of that as a lay, non-rostered youth director, and the second half now as a rostered minister of Word and Sacrament. Additionally, I have served on many synod boards and committees, beginning with the Synod Youth Committee, then a co-advisor for the Alive Board, the LYO Board. I then served 2 terms on our Synod Council. Currently, I serve as the Evergreen Conference Dean, and I also serve on our Synod's Candidacy Committee. My vast and wide experiences of leadership in our Synod uniquely equip me to be able to help lead us into the future, and just not to lead and to name the challenges that we face, but really to together to be able to help us discern the opportunities we have for ministry here in this place, now and today. Over my years of ministry, over my experience, regardless of the age of people, I keep hearing similar themes over and over and over again from people. I hear from people that first, they want to know that they are loved and that they matter. And they want to know that together we are being led somewhere together by God's Spirit. Those have really become foundational principles in my ministry: to love people and to lead where God is taking us. If elected as your bishop, that is my promise to you, to continue to live into these principles. To know that you are loved and to know that you matter. And additionally, that to know that what matters to you will matter to me as well as your bishop, that whatever it is you feel called to do within your context, wherever it is Christ is leading you in your setting, know that as your bishop, I will be there to support, encourage, and equip you in whatever ways I possibly can. And second, my promise to you is that through prayer, I will listen to the Spirit's guidance and to lead us where Christ is taking us together as a Southwestern Washington Synod. My hope and prayer for this whole process of electing a new bishop is for God to raise up the right leader to help our synod, our congregations, and our other ministries to be able to help continue being healthy, thriving, and growing. God bless.